Hey, Cousin Russ, let's talk about hybrid society meetings.
I think that's a good idea. We've learned a lot and changed a lot in 2000, and 2001 has presented us with a little different situation. And I think hybrid is a good thing to call it.
Yeah, Car and Driver magazine said that quite simply a hybrid combines at least one electric motor and one gasoline motor to move the car. And so we're going to use two methods to move a society's education program forward with the ideas in this series.
And the hybrid is a different experience for us. I
Mhm.
I know that I have a hybrid vehicle, a new one, and my experience as a driver and a passenger is different. So the experience will be different.
I love it. And everything's doable. It's just a matter of understanding how to use the new technology. So, a hybrid society meeting is where some people meet together in the normal meeting room while other people attend virtually using technology like Zoom, as we recommend. We are accustomed to those in person monthly genealogy society meetings. But rather than shutting down, progressive societies went 100% virtual using Zoom. And so the attendees and presenters could gather together and not lose momentum when it comes to learning about how to climb our family tree. So in the case of hybrid, part of the audience will be in person, part will be virtual. Okay. Now, the picture in 2021, as you say, has changed somewhat in that we've had our vaccinations. We're still, some of us, wearing masks, but certain segments of the world's population still is at high risk for infection. So we have a plan. Your society's usual meeting place may not yet be open for groups of more than 10 at a time in the meeting room. That's problematic if you expect 125 people. All
Yep,
right.
and different libraries in your same town may have different rules. So you
Yep.
need to understand your environment.
Yep. And what it is today could change in 2 or 3 months. But this plan that we have for y'all is adaptable. Did you know, Cousin Russ, that just a stone's throw from my house, the Family History Library in Salt Lake City is still not open to the public?
I've seen that and keep track of it.
I can hardly wait to go look at some of those records that you can only view from inside the Family History Library. But we're going to be adaptable about that education. So, talk to me about Zoom technology, Cousin Russ.
Well, the nice thing about Zoom technology is that it's available on multiple platforms, as in the what you're seeing on your PowerPoint screen right now. You have a phone, you have an iPad, and our recommendation is a computer. If you're watching Zoom, do it on a computer. You get the best view of what's being presented.
Yeah, I don't want to be looking at a 1940 census record for an address on my cell phone. That would be a bit ridiculous. Yeah, we do recommend computers. Yeah, we've got some examples of some folks who have gone all virtual this year, and that would be Roots Tech, huh? You're muted, darling.
Uh, Roots Tech 2021 was completely virtual, but we all learned, at least I've learned a lot.
I totally get that. Attendees now, you and I have experienced this over the years. Um, at first, we were the crazy ones for doing virtual. And then we've noticed after GRIP and a few other institutes went 100% virtual, that the attendees themselves are becoming more Zoom capable. They're comfortable attending, they know how to control their mics, typing the questions in chat, maybe turning on their video if they're in a particular learning environment. So the majority of our attendees are adept at using all this technology.
And some of the feedback that I heard through several of these institutes, they want virtual and hybrid. Came out several times in feedback.
Oh, yes. It made it possible for people to attend who wouldn't normally be able to attend due to weather, due to COVID, just because the commute would be too long, etc. So employers are discovering they don't need to lease expensive office space to accommodate staff with all this work at home virtual attendance. In fact, Business News Daily and Business Insider have both written several articles where employers have noted productivity has gone up and the employees, although it's a little hard if you have a 2-year-old at home, they've noticed that they like not having to be stuck in that commute getting to and from work. So even mainstream society is embracing this new virtual lifestyle. And in the case of my daughter, Carrie, they're doing a hybrid where sometimes they meet virtually, sometimes part of the office goes in, the employees go into the office. So everybody's learning to be adaptable.
And I think companies, at least from my experience from my daughter and son-in-law, they're two different companies and are making the changes differently.
Mm-hmm.
And like you've said earlier, some businesses, my son-in-law's business now does not need that space.
Mm-hmm. Save money. We like
Yeah.
that. Let's up our salaries. I hear you. So, with this shift to accepting virtual meetings, the big question is what is your society going to do, folks? I'm sure that you have a lot of questions. And with the work that we've done with Zoom, we can see our way clear to providing cost-effective measures and training as to the right equipment, how to use social media to get the word out. And we definitely hope that you will consider our suggestions based on the fact that we have produced virtual institutes, the technology side, not the actual content of education side. But we do, Russ, we've been doing virtual webinars, hangouts, whatever it was called as it's progressed from Skype going forward for something like 9 years. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a while.
it's been a while. All right, so here's our plan. This is just the intro video to let you know we understand the problem and we've got a solution for your society. We have mapped out and have begun recording additional short subject webinars. Like, do you want to use Zoom webinar technology or Zoom meeting technology? What to do with the recording? And those two things need to be decided by your society leadership before you approach a speaker and set up a contract. We have literally mapped out where to place the equipment in the meeting room so that your in-person attendees can hear the presenter and your at-home attendees, your virtual attendees can hear. We need to have sound going both ways. And we also have plans for if your presenter is in person or if your presenter is going to appear virtually. Social media plays a big role, Cousin Russ, unlike before. Talk to me.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's more important than it has been in the past. Normally, you go to a certain building on the fourth Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and you have a meeting, and somebody brings coffee and donuts and whatever. But it's not that way because there's going to be some people not going and need reminders. So social media and the tools around social media needs to be the way to get the news and the schedule and who's presenting out quicker.
Hmm. And consider that because you have this virtual component in your hybrid meeting, you can have people coming from different time zones. So you can no longer just say the fourth Tuesday at 7 o'clock. You have to specify what time zone that is. And then, of course, the final presentation will be on how to specifically set up your Zoom account. There are some safety features that Zoom requires, and there are some that we recommend. And so that's our plan, Cousin Russ. It's all about figuring out ways for us to have a good educational experience for members of our societies. Okay. And this part about an in-person presenter and a virtual presenter, very, very important. It's not that difficult to set it up, not that expensive. We have also found, remember my cousin Dave Robeson? We didn't know he was my cousin when we first did a hybrid meeting for him. He found that instead of the stats going down for attendance, they actually got more people coming in the door. So in 2017, what did we say, Cousin Russ, for that presentation?
Get them in the door.
And in 2021, we say,
meet them where they are.
You betcha. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being with us today. We'll see you shortly with another video. Nothing left to say, but happy family tree climbing, everybody. That's a wrap.